I'm waiting for this other stupid video to end. Anyway, so getting back to what I said, things about to get tight. It's gonna be a lot of people that's gonna perish during this time. The other video just ended. Actually look like it's stuck. This don't make no kind of sense. I hate StreamYard. But anyway, we about to see some things that we ain't never seen before. Gas prices may go up if if Iran keeps blocking the Hamas. It's HAMMAS straight. We in some hard times, and like I said, we need to repent, get closer to God. We need to have a plan to get prepared. We do. We do. It's time. It's time. This stupid video still haven't ended. So I'm going to get back into these videos. And I'm in, Last Days in Circle Life with Angela. If you believe in biblical prophecy, he prophesied about Trump here 3 months before it happened. Everything that man say have come to pass. You know. I don't want to lose this. He was saying 10 states gonna get hit. San Francisco, San Francisco, LA, Houston, Dallas, New York. Damn. Hold on. New York. Sorry about that. He said New York, Miami, Washington D.C. E.T. the best friends. Hey, hi. Hacker, hey, what you doing? Talking about we need to get right with God because things are seriously going down. He said Detroit today, and it reminded me of this video that I've been. This Israel war was planned and is leading up to something very evil. Israel was created as the instrument to bring about the Battle of Armageddon and the fulfillment of prophecy. A war that will be so terrible, where nuclear weapons will be used, so that the American citizens and the other people in the world will get down on their knees and beg for no more war. And what is the answer to that? They're going to be told the only way we can guarantee no more war is if we destroy the sovereignty of nations, then we come together as one humanity and one world government. Right. And I'm telling you, unless the American people wake up and stop it, starting in about 1996, the Battle of Armageddon will become a reality. Babylon is in Iraq. Facts. Read the book of Revelations. Whether you believe in the book or not, read it because the people who are bringing this about are using it as their script. Hey, Danny. When things start getting out of hand and you start running out of resources that you need to survive, you're going to start looking at the higher ups. This is one of the last steps before this big shit happens. I don't know what's going to happen, but it's going to be a big reset. If you pay attention, you can see the shift of energies on the planet. Over the last 4 or 5 years, people have been making content about self-sustainability, taking care of your own health, growing your own food. Lock in, wake up, use your potential to be self-sustainable and reach your godlike abilities before these niggas fulfill their evil prophecy to play God. If you want to learn, that's the new world order. More about the world around you. Hey, why in this video? I'm in real and I see you don't want me to hit this one. I got to play this. Did they delete this video?
And in the form that it must come is that this empire, the American empire that's been hurting our people since the beginning, the imperial Western powers that have been hurting our people since the beginning, they must fall. And inshallah, they will fall. And my message to the people of Gaza and the oppressed peoples across the world is that there are people here, both young and old, who are going to be willing to fight and are willing to put their lives and everything they can on the line to bring these empires down, because they must come down.
That's in Dearborn. I'm in Detroit. Sleeper cells are here. And America will be hit. Stock up on food and water. I ain't trying to scare you. I'm a realist. Oh, shoot. I ain't want to go to that one because I ain't got but a few minutes. Then Iran got hit with that 5.2 earthquake.
News, North Korea has fired multiple rockets near Pyongyang, according to South Korea.
Now, why is it not playing the videos I want played? What is going on? Oh, they don't want these videos played.
This is wild. A magnitude 5.2 earthquake just hit Iran, less than 10 miles from the city center of Tehran. All of this while the war between Israel and Iran is at a heightened point. What's even crazier is that 20 minutes after that earthquake, several smaller earthquakes started hitting near Fordow, the area where Iran's underground nuclear facility plant is. And all of this happened right after Iran rejected President Trump's peace talks. Timing is kind of crazy, and you have to wonder if Mother Nature now is stepping in to make sure that President Trump is getting what he wanted in that peace deal. Today is the summer solstice. It's the longest day of the year, so there's still a lot of time to see if more earthquakes hit and maybe cause damage to this facility. That would be wild. As always, I want to hear what you think about all of this down below.
God is still in control. This messed me up. Watch the calls. Now that you've seen that, watch the silent calls. Man, it's going down. Also, the foreign minister for our Iran met with Putin last night, and you can believe they pissed because they did investments into those nuclear power plants that Trump sent the military to destroy. They invested money into that. I know they pissed. Russia and China did. I'm keeping them videos.
Tensions between the United States and Russia have dramatically escalated, and now a Russian official is talking about the possibility of World War III.
You're here to talk about the Bilderberg meeting, which is taking place as we speak in Stockholm, in Sweden. What are your thoughts on it?
Well, the big bad Bilderberg boys are back in town. Everybody's favorite group from which wars spring. Rumors of wars, plans for wars, many allege. Of course, they're meeting in Stockholm, Sweden. It's their 71st meeting in 71 years, as I mentioned last week when I did a very brief preliminary. We do have, of course, they release it at the last minute. They're just so accommodating. We do have the list of their topics, many of which are bluntly one word, but I guess we have to go with it. Here's their detailed list: transatlantic relationship. Then we have Ukraine. Then U.S. economy. Europe is another one. Middle East. That's kind of interesting right now. Authoritarian access. Anybody that's not a globalist is an authoritarian. Defense, innovation, and resilience. Then AI, deterrence, and national security. Another one, proliferation. Then geopolitics of energy and critical minerals. And finally, depopulation and migration. 11 topics in all.
Depopulation. And they have released that new pathogen. They done caught 4 Chinese carrying a pathogen from China. Take your vitamin C every day, because a lot of people gonna perish. And this is gonna be my last one because I gotta get dressed.
There's an article swirling around social media claiming that China has bought farmland next to military bases across the country and including in Texas. One of the bases included in that report is Fort Cavazos. Our 6 News team looked into these claims to verify if this report is accurate. 6 News anchor Adriana Alexander is here now to break down what people have seen. Adriana?
Well, the map you're about to see is an image that comes from a New York Post web article published in June. The image claims that China owns farmland next to 19 military bases across the country.
Wow.
Included in that are 2 Texas military bases, Fort Cavazos and Camp Bulis near San Antonio. But is it true?
Wow.
Our sources are the United States Department of Agriculture and the United States Department of Transportation and the Texas Farm Bureau. According to the 2023 USDA map of Chinese land in Texas, China owns land in 15 Texas counties.
A former NSA intel analyst warning
Wow.
that Americans and our power grid is at risk, directly caused by solar panels from China being used on farms across the U.S. Here to explain, that former NSA official, Rocky Cole, founder of iVerify. Rocky, thanks for being here. Can you explain exactly what China did here?
Sure. Undisclosed communication devices were recently found in the power inverters of a number of solar panels sold in the United States and which were manufactured in China. And the concern is that the devices could be used to attack the United States power grid. Specifically, they could have attacked the panels themselves, or could have been a jumping off point to move into the wider grid they're connected to. It's not entirely clear. Either way, these findings raise the possibility that China could cut power to key areas of the United States to hurt the economy in the event of war.
When you buy a product, any product, specifically in this case from China, there's a list of 10 items in the product, but in this case there was an 11th, and it was this communication device that they did not disclose, correct?
Correct. And it's very concerning and unfortunately not an isolated incident. China and the United States have been engaged in what you might call a cyber Cold War for over a decade, and the public evidence overwhelmingly suggests that China has orchestrated a long-running stealth campaign to implant U.S. critical infrastructure with similar backdoors that could be activated in the event of a war, specifically to disrupt American commerce and government operations. And frankly, the solar panels are the tip of the iceberg.
Okay, so to that point, what other products do you have concern about that China has sabotaged?
It's praying time. That's all I got to say.
Soon you will be able to pay for groceries at every Whole Food.
No, I don't want to do that.
Tensions between the United States and Russia have dramatically escalated, and now a Russian official is talking
On the sides. But anyway,
I think I already did that one.
Labor unions and nationalist leagues. People were afraid that progress was shaking the very Britain dominated.
Okay, I'm gonna have to play that.
All right, you guys, I'm back. Don't even just tissue. Now
Oh,
I
that's
like
too
what-
long to go through.
Don't scroll. They're poisoning the food, the water, and the air.
Facts.
Let that sink in.
Facts.
They're poisoning the food, the water, and the air. Do you understand? All of you upon this world. They are poisoning the food, the water, and the air. Do you understand?
Do you? Because that's a fact. Do you? All right. Like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. Like I said, it's praying time. Whether you spiritual, it's time to get right with God. It's time to, I got a video. It's an old video on having an escape plan, having a backpack. When you got to go, you got to go. Don't get on them buses when they say they're going to take you to safety. That's a lie. They're taking you to a FEMA camp. But anyway, I love y'all. Thank you to my new subscribers. Like, share, subscribe. I'll be back. Got to go to the second job. All right. See y'all later. Oh, shit, let me end this.